What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. We are back with the PTCGO tournament series, and this is round number 6, and we're currently 3-2, and we won. Oh, we lost the coin flip. I actually pressed tails instead of heads. We already started off bad. All right, cool. And for those who don't know, we are playing. Wow, that was a horrible misclick on my part because I usually always go heads, and I just clicked tails on accident. We were playing the Vileplume box. We're 3-2. If we win the next 2 games, we could potentially make top 8. And we were playing against Grant Manley, who looks like he's playing a Rainbow Road deck. All right, so Xerneas is going to be the act spot now. What's gonna be the big decision factor is, does Grant play Bisharp? If he plays Bisharp, he can potentially get around our Reg. No, we'll probably use Jolteon. Yeah, Jolteon. That'd be the key thing. I guess Bisharp's not too scary. Galvantula, a little bit scary with the Volcanic coming down. Umbreon, okay. And there's an N. Okay, so get a new hand of 6. I mean, we would have Ultra Ball, discard Magearna, Ninja Boy, get an Oddish, maybe kept the Rainbow Energy. Okay, so we get double Trainer Spell, Regice, Vileplume, and a Shaman. So Max looks like gonna look at the top cards of his deck. Gonna put a Fate Energy on that Xerneas and a pass onto our turn. And there's a Lysander. So we're gonna Trainer Spell, look at top cards of our deck. There's a Ninja Boy. We could play it right now, but we really don't want to. We're gonna hold on to it. So we're gonna press Stun. We're gonna put down a Regice. Use another Trainer Spell. And we will grab a Forest of Giant Plants. You'll grab Forest of Giant Plants. We'll put that down, and we will Shaman set up for 3 new cards. Let's see what can we find off this Shaman. Come on, give me some good stuff. And there's a Rainbow Trainer Smell. Okay. And there is another in Forest Giant Plants. So press done. We'll put a Rainbow Energy on the Regice, and we'll play it in, give us a both new hand of 6. Hopefully, we get this turn 1 Vileplume, or we won't get it at all. Alright, so that's not good. We get Ultra Ball, discard a Water, and Sycamore to grab an Oddish. Okay. Let's see. So there's 2 Ninja Boys in the deck. Alright, so grab the Oddish. We'll put that guy down, and we'll just pass on to our opponent's turn. We'll put it on the main if he has well. We'll just pass on to our opponent's turn. Now, Grant has access to all of his cards, all of his item cards, which is very unfortunate. So there's a VS Seeker for an N. So immediately going to play in, which is fantastic. Oh, Skyfield coming down. Going to bump our Forest Giant Plants, so we do have another one in our hand. And since he did put down a Skyfield, we can, fill our bench up and then put down a Forest, which is fantastic. So see a Shaman, going to set it for 2 new cards, and he's most likely going to take a knockout on this Mew, going down to 4, but we can maybe in him, put him down to 4 after he plays his in or something. If we top deck it in, there's a Hoopa, going to use Scoundring, and it's going to be interesting to see, will he decide to play this in or not in his hand? I mean, he could play it to get more Xerneas down. Maybe get a better supporter card. So Hoopa, use that Scoundring, search for 3 EX Pokemon. And let's see, what does he decide to get with it? I mean, the better question for us is, what do we do our turn? There is a Flygon coming down, okay, with the Voice of the Sands. And I imagine he's looking for, maybe Float Stones to put on the Hoopa. So he's actually going to go for Sycamore, discard his hand, draw 7 cards. Discarding a Super Rod, 2 Fairy Energies, okay. Now, the good thing about this, we have a Forest Giant Plants immediately if we want to. And there's a VS Seeker for it in, saying, hey, if you get that Flygon down next turn, not Flygon, if you get down, a Jirachi. Ooh, Jirachi makes things interesting. It has that Stardust, making it where we cannot hurt it. But 250 damage coming down, taking a knockout, going down to 4 prize cards. Okay, so we're going to Regice. On our turn, let's see, what do we find? And there's a Glaceon. A Glaceon's going to be pretty much useless. We're going to put it down immediately anyway and play it in. We could abuse that Skyfield, like I said. There's Jolteon, Regice. Okay, so what we can do is put down the Jolteon, Gloom, Ultra Ball, discard the Regice, and the Sycamore. Okay, we will grab I'm going to grab a Shaman. And what I'm going to do is put down Mew. And Shaman set it for 6 new cards. Alright. And let's see, what do we find with this Shaman? Come on, give me something good. And oh no, that's not what I want to see. Alright, so what we could do is put a DC on the Mew. Retreat. And go for a Stardust, discarding that DC off the active. All right, so yeah, that's a good play right there. We can discard his DCE if he attached with the active. He can't hurt us. Yeah, so that's a really neat play right there. But we fortunately did not get a force of giant planes. If we did, we could have gotten an attack, or not attack off that turn, but a Vileplume out of play. But let's see what does Grant decide to do here. Now we do have a DC, so we can retreat. There's a Xerneas sitting in the field, and we know he has an end, so we can end, and there we see the end. And hopefully we can find a force of giant planes to discard like the Shamans, the Glaceon stuff. Shamans, yeah, Shamans and Glaceon is what we do not need. All right, so there's a water energy, unfortunately not a lightning or a rainbow. I mean, not lightning, a rainbow. So let's see, what does Grant decide to do here? Does he have a DC? I imagine he'll keep it in his hand regardless. As a fighting field, going down to the Xerneas. And we'll see a pass onto our turn. Do we top? Oh, Vileplume, okay. I was hoping it was going to be a rainbow energy. That would be a little bit better. So let's think about this, guys. Okay, so we can Trainer's Mail. How do we want to do this? I wish we had a rainbow. If we had a rainbow, it'd be perfect. We actually cannot license to this Jirachi immediately. So what I'm going to do is Ultra Ball, discard the water and the Lysander, okay? We're going to grab Lugia just to get it out. No, let's actually grab Magearna. Yeah, Magearna's actually, yeah. We'll grab Magearna, put that guy down. We'll play Trainer's Mail. Do we grab in or not? Wait, Grant only has 3 cards, so we probably don't want to grab in. We'll play Love Ball just to play it, thin our deck out. Yeah, so play Love Ball, thin our deck out. We really don't. We'll just grab the Oddish just to discard it. We'll put down Force of Giant Plants. Put down the Vileplume. Oh, yeah, we're gonna. Oh no, wait, that's fine. Whatever. So he's gonna discard the Hoop. Discard some people. All right. So what we're gonna do is discard Shaman. So Force the Shaman. Shaman, and the Glaceon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll discard Shaman, and Glaceon. And all we gotta do is make sure we hit a Rainbow Energy and we get attack off this turn. We'll hopefully find one. If we do not find one, we'll be a little bit trouble. But let's say great. He's trying to decide what does he decide to discard. Okay, so we'll discard the Glaceon, Shaman, and the Shaman. Alright, so we discard those guys. We'll put down the Vileplume, and we will Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 cards, and do we find a Rainbow Energy or not? And we do find one. Alright, so we'll put a Rainbow Energy on the active, and we will go for that Flash Ray. And we're going to start putting a lot of pressure on Grant for sure. So doing a Flash Ray for 70 damage onto his turn. Alright, so yeah, we got Magearna down. We're good to go as long as he does not find a light. Oh, okay, there it is. I was gonna say, as soon as he doesn't find a Lysander, we'll be okay. So Rainbow Energy, and he's got a Rainbow Force for the knockout, doing 170 damage. Wow, so guess we should have waited for the end. Alright, so we'll send out the Mew. And I think we just end him down to 2. Yeah, I think not Lysander. We're gonna play in, put him down to 2, and he might not be able to get an attack off. Alright, so there's a DCE. We'll put a DC on. We'll actually put down Lugia. DC it. And we will go for another Flash Ray for a knockout, okay. So there we go. Flash. Oh, we actually don't take a knockout because he has 160 HP left. Wow, that fighting Fury-Belts. Alright, so let's see. What does he have here? Can he retreat and Stardust? Maybe discard. He knocked out a Magearna. Magearna would have been really good to counter that Stardust play. So let's see. Well, what does Grant decide to do? If he has a Lysander, he can win. He can bring up the mana fee, but does he play a second Lysander? He only has 1 so far in the discard pile, and he might not play a second one, which would be fantastic. Okay. We actually need to find our own Lysander as well. Alright, so we're going to treat to Jirachi. He must have an energy in his hand. So yeah, going to put a Rainbow Energy active. And he's going to start us, discarding probably the DCE. Yeah, so, discards a Rainbow actually. Alright, so onto our turn, we get a Vileplume, okay. So how do we do this? We could put a Rainbow in the active Mew, retreat to the Jolteon, and just pass. and hope he doesn't have a way to knock us out. I mean, he can only do 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, he could knock out our Jolteon. Someone put a Rainbow Energy on. Man, this is actually really bad because we can't retreat it either. Man, that Magearna play. Alright, so let's think about this. What can we do this turn? We're trying to see all of our options. We could Swift, but that doesn't do too much. See, I think I'm trying to Rainbow the active, retreat to Jolteon, and just pass for right now. So yeah, retreat to Jolteon, just pass, and we'll see what Grant decides to do. I mean, if he has a DC, he can win right now. He can retreat, Rainbow Force for the knockout. Yeah, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and then plus the 10. Yeah, so 60 would knock us out. So Skyfall come down. All right. And does he have a Shaman? So he'll go down to 2. We'll get 6. And I wonder if he retreats his turn or not. So there we go. Get a bunch of stuff. We do have a Lysander, so we could bring up some money next turn if we want to. So he's going to retreat into the Xerneas and a pass onto our turn. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to Lysander, bring up the Jirachi, retreat, and go for a Stardust. So you retreat into the Mew. And use, we could try to take, we can only Flash Ray. We could Rainbow Force to knock it out and hope he doesn't hit a DCE. Or we can go for Flash Ray and hope he doesn't have energy. If he has the energy regardless, we're in trouble. So I think right now I'm going to go for Rainbow Force, kind of like YOLO it. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to go for Rainbow Force, so 110, knock it out, going down to 5. And basically saying, hey, if you don't have a DCE, I win right now, kind of thing. So here comes Xerneas onto my opponent's turn, and let's see what happens. I mean, I know, okay, there's a Carby coming down, and just a pass onto our turn, so we should be good now. So what we're going to do is Flash Ray and knock out the active, and we cannot be hurt. And now it's going to come down to just Grant play another, does he play another, what is it? Another Lysander. So there's another Xerneas coming down. Okay, a pass on our turn. We will, I guess we'll just Flash Ray twice to knock out the active. I mean, I wonder if we have enough turns to actually win the game. So our opponent's turn. Okay, gonna draw a card. I mean, we have, how many ends are in discard pile? We have 3 ends. Oh man. All right, so there's a DCE. We'll go for another Flash Ray for the knockout. Going down to 3. All right, so go down to 3, and what do we find? There's a Gloom. Okay. I don't really care about this too much, so here comes the opponent's turn. Gonna draw a card. We'll go for Flash Ray twice. But do we have enough turns or not to win this game? That's gonna be a question. We have 4 turns left, essentially. So I think So I think right now I'm just gonna constantly Rainbow Force Grant. Because we don't have enough turns. We'll go. Okay, we'll top deck card. Go down to 3. He sends it to somebody. See, what we do is constantly just Rainbow Force, because we actually lose this game because we'll deck out. So put down Jirachi, and we'll go for a Rainbow Force. All right, for the knockout. Like I said, if we don't do this, we'll actually deck out. So 106 damage. We'll grant out 2 prize cards. It does Grant have a DC this turn to knock us out. So here comes Xerneas. It's time to see, does he have a DC? If he does, he wins the game, and there's DC. Like I said, we would have decked out. So 138, he's going to win the game. I mean, we would have decked out, I'm pretty sure, because we would take a knock going to 3. He could sit at the Carbink, and we wouldn't have enough turns to actually win. Yeah, so we wouldn't have, yeah, like pretty positive we wouldn't have enough turns to win. Which I know is very interesting. I know that's weird to say, but put the pressure on. It did not work, and we'll go to game number 2. Unfortunately, he got those Fighting Fury Belts down before anything else. So let's see if I can find this Vileplume. So many decks I have to go through. There's a 2-2 Drain come by as well. Where is this deck at? It's in the front, actually. I hate that. Like, it's so hard to find decks on here. Okay, so it's in the front somewhere. There it is. So Battle Box or Press Set. Okay. So here we go. So game number 2, we'll go first like always, and hopefully we get that turn 1 Vileplume in play. So let's see what's going to happen. Unfortunately, Grant did have that DC in his hand. I mean, he had 2 turns at least to draw into it. We would have kept Rainbow Force and everything for knockout, and we are going to go first. All right. So we get a Jolteon. We have a pretty good turn 1. So put down the Jolteon. We get Ultra Ball, discard Ultra Ball, Regice, Force Giant Plants. get a Gloom, and we should potentially have a turn 1 Vileplume. So there is a Shaman start, which is fantastic for us. So we're going to Ultra Ball. We're going to discard the Ultra Ball and Regice to get out an Oddish. Alright, so grab... Oh, wow, we have 2 Oddishes, right? So grab Oddish, put down the Force of Giant Plants, put down the Oddish, put down the Gloom, and we will Shaman for 5 new cards. And we're going to put a ton of pressure on Grant this turn. And if we can find this turn 1 Vileplume, we should be good to go. There's a Mew. We'll put that down. Put a Rainbow Energy on it. We will Trainer's Mail. Look at soft cards of our deck. We'll grab an Ultra Ball. We will get this turn 1 Vileplume. Alright, so we'll Shaman set up for 3 new cards. And we will be able to Ultra Ball to get out that Vileplume. And we should be good to go. So you'll Ultra Ball, discard the Sycamore and the Glaceon, and do we actually get down a Manaphy, or do we just... I think we just go for Tower Vileplume. Like, Grant relies so much on cards, so grab the Vileplume, we'll put that guy down, and we will Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. Alright, there's a Water DCE. Alright, so we're just going to pass right now onto our opponent's turn. We do have a DCE. We can use that Flash Ray. It actually doesn't knock out the Jolteon, but he has a turn 1 Hoopa. Use that Scoundering, search for 3 EX Pokemon. So Grant does have... He can sit up here for sure, but he'll need a couple turns to actually get a Xerneas to play. So Flygon, Umbreon, and a Volcanion coming down onto the field. We don't care about Flygon too much. So Volcanion coming down, Flygon coming down, and Umbreon, okay. And a Fairy going down to the Flygon and a Sycamore, discard in the hand, draw 7 new cards. Alright, so we make sure once your turn before you attack this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you may have your opponent switch his or her bitch Pokemon. Alright, so we don't care about that. So we'll put a DC on the Mew. We'll retreat and just go for a Flash Ray for 70 damage. Yep, we'll just go Flash Ray for 70. I'm not going to play anything. I'm just going to hold on to this right now, which I know seems very strange, but I don't want to, like, end and then have a bad hand, or give him a good hand, and there's an end, which is fine with me. I mean, I don't really want to play anything. I'm just going to hold on to whatever, and I don't want to be in the situation like we did last time we actually decked out. So get a new hand of 6. There's a Rainbow Energy and a Magearna. Alright, so DC going to the active. Let's see a Sky Turn. Not going to do any damage, and what we could do right now is we actually have a phenomenal hand. We can Ninja Boy the Shaman into a Manaphy. We could put down Magearna. And yeah, I think we'll just continue just Flash Rain here. Yeah, so just keep on Flash Rain. We'll just Flash Rain over and over again. I mean, it's only 50 damage, but I mean, I'm not too concerned about this. He can't do too much, which is fantastic. So Advantage on the active. He could go for a Veil of Darkness, which is discard as many cards in your hand and then draw that many cards. So he can discard all of his trainer cards that he does not need. So that's what we're going to see. And how many cards will he discard? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he discards a bunch. Going to draw a bunch of new cards as well. On our turn, we get a Regice. I think I'm fine with just like continuously just like Flash Rain, just keep the Umbreon. Alright, so 50 damage onto our opponent's turn. I wonder if he plays Ninja Boy. We did not see it last game, but I would not put it past him for sure. And there's a Xerneas coming down onto the field. Now, what we could have done is maybe have set up a little bit more or find a Lysander to Rainbow Force this guy for a knockout. They're just aiming for 1. I mean, yeah, if we find a Lysander, we can constantly knock out a Xerneas, which would probably be a better play, but whatever, it's fine. I think we're fine regardless. I mean, if he lights into the Jolteon for knockout, we have another Jolteon. There's a Veil of Darkness, going to discard some more cards, and if we top deck a Lysander, we'll be actually good to go because we can knock out the Xerneas. So discards a Skyfield, Max Elixir, and a Max Elixir. And onto our turn, let's see what do we get, and there's an N. And I'm actually going to opt to play it right now. I guess we should at least attach an energy on somebody. That was pretty silly of me. Alright, so a water, some other stuff. So we'll attach a water energy to Vileplume. And we will go for another Flash Ray for 50 damage. Not take the knockout, but he could have a bad hand. Unfortunately, like I said, we should have attached a Rainbow Energy to somebody. So there's a fair to go to that guy. He can retreat, but does he get a knockout? Probably not. I mean, Veil of Darkness again. Going to discard a bunch of new cards. Alright, and discard a... Wow, discards a ton of cards. That Veil of Darkness is actually becoming an MVP. There's a Sycamore. We'll play it in again. We're just trying to constantly make sure he has a bunch of item cards. There's a Rainbow Energy, a Life... Okay, so Life Center, that's what we want to see. That's the card right there. So we'll put a Rainbow Energy on the Jolteon. And we will go for a Flash Ray for the knockout. Finally, we're knocking out the Umbreon. Alright, so 50 damage. We'll go down to 4 price cards. And what we could do is constantly, like, we can Life Send Xerneas if he does not send up. And here comes Flagon. He's going to actually make us switch out. So DCT active. He's going to use that Voice of the Sands to make a switch out. And there's an end. We'll go down to 4. He goes to 6. Alright, so this is a little bit scary because he can take a knockout on our Shaman. There's a DCE, okay. And yeah, Voice of the Sands. They're actually going to send the Shaman. That's fine. If he knocks it out, I don't care about that too much. Yeah, we'll send it the Shaman. And let's see who decides to opt to send in. Gonna put down the Jirachi, okay. And does he retreat this turn or not? Let's find out. And he will retreat to the Xerneas and take a knockout this turn. So Rainbow Force for the knockout. But what I want to do is knock out the Xerneas. We can do 3, 6, 9, 12. We'll set the Mew, take a knockout. We do have Magearna on the field. So yeah, we're going to Rainbow Force for 3, 6, 9, 12, 130. We'll put down Mew, put a DC on it. And we will end, giving both players down to 4. But he has a ton of cards in his hand, so we don't want him to have that. And we will just Rainbow Force for the knockout. Unless I did the math wrong. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 160 to knock out the active. Yeah, so we'll Rainbow Force for the knockout. He cannot really do anything to us. So 106 damage. We'll go down to 3 price cards. And we find an Oddish. Alright, that's fantastic. If he does try to like knock out the Vileplume, at least we have more Vileplumes ready to go. And let's see what's going to happen. I mean, I don't think Stardust even does anything with Magearna play, right? Prevent all effects your opponent's attacks, except damage done to each of your Pokemon. So if Fader's going to go to the active. Now, if he has the Life Center, he could bring up the Mew to get rid of the energy that way. So we see Shaman going to set up for some new cards. Okay. And let's see, what does Grant decide to do here? I think Stardust only do 10 damage. And yes, Stardust not actually going to do anything. Alright, because Magearna is in play. So on to our turn, we will use... we can use Soul Blaster to knock it out if we want to. Yeah, I think we just knock it out this turn. Because it has resistance to Psychic. So yeah, we're just going to Soul Blaster for knockout. There we go. Alright, so Soul Blaster doing 100 damage. We'll go down to 2 prize cards. Okay. There's an Oddish. Alright, I mean, if we find a Fire Energy, we could go for a Volcanic Heat. So Shaman coming up, he could Sky Return for 30. There's a Carby coming down, DCT active, and we will see a Sky Return for 30 damage. But now we'll constantly just keep using Flash Ray, which is fine. And here comes Carbink with Energy Keeper. Alright, so there's a Vileplume. We'll go for Flash Ray again. Yeah, we'll just go for Flash Ray now for sure. So there we go, Flash Ray for 70. On our opponent's turn, he cannot hurt us. And yeah, things are looking great for us. If we find a Life Send, we can win the game next turn. So DC goes to Xerneas. On our turn, we get a Jolteon. So once again, we'll go for another Flash Ray. Not going to be active, going down to 1 prize card. Alright, so I mean, what can Grant do? I mean, there's a DCE, so if we can Flash Ray with this guy, here comes the Flagon. He can use the Voice of the Sands to make us switch out, but we'll send up probably the Jolteon, letting it knocked out, and then we can Rainbow Force these Xerneas for the game, which would be fantastic. So we'll see Voice of the Sands. He actually can't even retreat the Flagon right now because he needs 2 energies to treat it, so that's fantastic for us. And on our turn, alright, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Oh, I actually don't take a knockout, unfortunately. Alright, so we'll just go for a, yeah. Can we do anything to knock out the game? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 160. We're missing about 10 damage. If he had, no, yeah, so I think right now we just go for Flash Ray. I'm trying to think. Yeah, so go for Flash Ray for 70. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so we'll do 70 damage. Onto our opponent's turn. He can attach energy retreat to Xerneas, but I mean, you have to think that it's almost game. So Fair Energy the active. We'll see if Voices wins. Switch out. We'll send up the Jolteon. Yeah, we're gonna send in the Jolteon. Now he can knock out the Jolteon, but then we can use Rainbow Force to knock out. So yeah, because we have one prize card left. There's a Sycamore, and that will be the game because he will treat send the Xerneas, and then we can Rainbow Force for the knockout. We do 3, 6, 9, 12, 130 damage to knock out the Xerneas. So he will go out of 2 prize cards, but we will win the game. So knocking it out. Doing 190, we'll send our Mew, and we'll take a knockout with our own Rainbow Force, which is fantastic. So to our turn, we'll put down the Jolteon, and we will use the Rainbow Force for the knockout, and we'll go to game number 3. Alright, guys, so here we go. 106 damage, knock out the Xerneas, and there we go. So game number 3. Let's see what's going to happen. Like I said, we need a win. We cannot make cut if we do lose this game. So let's challenge him. Try to send challenge where he sends me one because that's so many decks to sort through. I mean, it's the first one. So Grant is going to go first, and we're going to see can Grant have a fantastic setup or not. So they're calling the coin flip, and can we get that turn 1 Vileplume again? If we do, you gotta think that's almost game, right? So I mean, does he play more than one Lysander? We did not see any besides that one game 1. Alright, so we won the coin flip. We will opt to, would you like to go first? No, actually not opt to go first. So on to our opponent's turn, going to set up, going to get those 7 cards. We start Glaceon, which, yeah, we had to start Glaceon. Like, we don't want to put Oddish down because they get knocked out. So put down the Oddish. We'll Ultra Ball, discard Ultra Ball and Vileplume for a Mew and put a DC on it. So there's a Xerneas. So already having that great turn, having the Xerneas starts what he needs. Alright, so Ultra Ball, going to discard 2 cards from his hand and probably grabbing a Hoopa, using that Scout Ring to start getting set up. Now, what Grant could do is not knock out this Glaceon. But I think he wants to knock out the Glaceon like turn 2. If he could do that, he could potentially win the game. We saw how close he was last time with these Xerneas. So we got to make sure. I guess the thing we got to make sure we do is, like last game, we should have probably to fought a Lysander earlier to knock out the Xerneas as soon as he puts it down. So there's Hoopa, going to use a Scoundering, search for 3 EX Pokemon. I imagine, of course, he wants to find the Flygon. So there we see Scoundering, going to search for 3 EX Pokemon. And does he have anything else in his hand? He has 2 open spots, so just a Volcanion and a Flygon. This means he already has a Shaman, or he already has a supporter card in his hand, and that's why he's not grabbing a Shaman. There's a Trainer's Mail, or maybe he prized all of his Shamans. So there's a Skyfield, which is what he wants to see turn 1 to fill his bench up. So we'll see the Volcanion, Flygon, Carbink, and DCE, Skyfield, and a Shaman most likely. No, Sycamore. I mean, it's phenomenal turn 1 from Grant for sure. So setup, gonna get discard his hand, draw 7 cards. Flowstone going down to Flygon, which is fantastic. He can send up every turn to use that Voice of the Sands, and there we see Sycamore going to his hand. A Jirachi, oh my goodness, Jirachi as well. So Grant has everything he wants on his first turn. Alright, so there's an Oddish. So we'll Ultra Ball, discard Ultra Ball and the Vileplume. Or do we Ultra Ball, discard Ultra Ball, and the Oddish? I don't know if I'm going to put down 2 Oddishes. That's the thing, though. See, I think we'll discard these 2. Grab a Mew. Alright, so grab Mew. Let's see, Manaphy's in here. Magirda's in here. So everybody's in here. So grab the Mew. We'll put that down, put a DC on it, and I think we're just going to discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. I don't want 2 Lysander targets. I mean, I guess it's not bad for this turn, right? We'll put it down, then we'll just Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. Alright, so we got a Trainer's Mode, look at top cards of our deck, and we do not hit anything. We could, I'm going to grab a Sycamore just in case we have a bad hand. We'll play Trainer's Mode. Oh, no, that's not good, guys. Alright, so grab an N. If he does take a knockout, we enter down a low hand size. We'll put down Jolteon, and right now we're just going to pass on to our opponent's turn. So that's not a good turn 2, or turn 1 for us. So, yep. So the Fairy is going to deactivate. And does he have a Lysander right now? If he does, we'll be in trouble. I'm not going to lie. And there's a Fighting Field going down to the Jirachi. We don't care about too much. There's a Darkrai. I mean, not a Darkrai. Umbreon. Get it right, Josh. And Sycamore, discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. Okay. So on our turn, we're going to put a Rainbow Energy on the Mew. Floatstone as well. Okay, that's not good for us. So you'll take a knockout, right? Going down to 4. I'm trying to think of how we want to play this out. Because what we can do is, he's going to take a knockout this turn, right? Going down to 4 prize cards. We can send up Jolteon. Yeah, set up Jolteon. And onto our turn, what do we find? There's a Ninja Boy. Alright, so we'll Rainbow Energy the Mew. Put down a Forest of Giant Plants. And we will play an in. Maybe I put down the Forest of Giant Plants too early. But if we get in, find a Gloom and a Vileplume, we'll be set up to good to go. So we'll play the in. Yeah, he has too many cards in his hand. We have to end him down to 4. And let's see, what do we find? There's a Gloom and a Vileplume. Alright, so put down the Gloom. We can Shaman for a couple. Yeah, so put down the Gloom. We will Shaman, and we're trying to find a Magearna. That'd be fantastic. So yeah, we'll set up, okay, and do we find a Magearna or not? And we do not find a Magearna, unfortunately. But we do have a Vileplume, so put that down. Okay. So we retreat. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, I'm gonna put down Jirachi and go for the Rainbow Force for the knockout. Alright, so go for it. I think that's a better play for sure. So Rainbow Force for knockout, going down to 5. There's a Shaman. And if he does not have an energy, there's a Flygon. Okay, well, he can use Voice of Sands. It doesn't matter. And he has free Trickles of Flowstone. Okay, but, okay, so he does have a DC. Gonna put that guy in the end. Oh, no, he gets rid of our Ninja Boy. That's what we need. We need our Ninja Boy right now. So both get a new hand of 6. Okay. Alright, so a fair, okay, alright, so retreat to Jirachi, okay. And there's a Stardust going to discard DC, actually, okay. So onto our turn. We get a Glaceon. Okay, this is not good. We did not find the Magearna, unfortunately. How do we do this? So we can put a Rainbow Energy on the Jolteon. And we can use Replace. Or we can use Veil of Darkness. I think I'm going to use Veil of Darkness right now. To discard all these cards. Because we don't need any of these cards. Like, we literally don't need any of these. So press done. Discard all these guys. Okay. And we'll draw a new hand of 5. Okay, so there's a Rainbow Energy. Okay. Alright, so there's a Xerneas coming down. Okay, dokie. We'll see a DC be attached to it. And we'll see a Stardust discard that Rainbow Energy off the active. Okay, so on our turn, what do we top deck? We top deck an N. Put down Gloom. Put down Vileplume. Rainbow Energy the active. And do we just pass? Oh, it's so weird right now. I kind of want to end to like find a DC, but then Grant gets a new hand as well, and that Xerneas could take a knockout on us. Huh. Alright, so I'm gonna end right now. I think ending is fine. I mean, I know he gets a new hand, but he only gets 4. Alright, so that's cards we do not want to see. Alright, so what we're gonna do right now is just pass. And what we could do next turn is Stardust the active if he decides to, like... Because Stardust only works if you discard a special energy, right? I mean, right now we don't have any energies in our hand, unfortunately. This is very weird right now. We're definitely in a weird situation. But we could... I mean, there's a lot of stuff that can happen. Yeah, I mean, this is a weird situation right now going on, for sure. Yeah, I want to see what's going to happen. What will Grant decide to do? If he has a fair energy, he can retreat Rainbow Force for the knockout. But then he has 3 DCs altogether on the field and in the discard pile overall. But he'll go down to 2 prize cards, and all I have to do is license up a Shaman to win the game. So there's a license. He actually has a license right now. Bring up the Jolteon, take it a knockout. Oh no, Stardust, discard the right. Okay, discard. Okay, I think it's actually a phenomenal play. So onto our turn, we'll get a Jolteon. How many? Oh, we have 2 rainbows. Okay. So I think right now I'm gonna treat into the Jirachi. And just pass. Okay? See, I'm fine. He can go down to 3 prize cards. I don't care about that. But the question is, does he play another Lysander? We only saw one game 1. He might have another one. We don't know. Alright, so DC... Oh, DC going down to Xerneas. And a second more. Discard his hand. Draw 7 cards. Maybe he's out of fair energies. He has played only 4. Oh, he's played 4 so far. That's actually a lot. There's a Regi, so press done. Okay. On a Grant's turn, does he find a Fairy Energy or not? And there is a Fairy Energy. Alright. Now, what we could do is possibly Lice into the Volcanion, get it stuck in the Axe Butt, and win that way. So, see Rainbow Force taking a knockout, doing 190 damage. And, I mean, he's down all 4 DCs, actually. So, set up Jolteon, and maybe our plan is to Lice into the Volcanion. So, on our turn, we get a Sycamore. If we Sycamore, we actually have less cards than Grant, so this plan will not work right now. We'll put down the Oddish. We'll put down Gloom. Oh, man. If we Tunic a Lysander in 2 turns, we can win the game. So I'm going to retreat into the Vileplume and just pass. Alright, if we Tunic an In or a Lysander, we might be able to win this game. So Rainbow Force is a knockout. Okay, doing 190. And let's see what's going to happen. Grant's going to go down to 2 prize cards. We'll send it to Jolteon, and it's going to do we Tonic Lysander or not. If we do Tonic Lysander, I think we win this game. And there's a Regice. No. Alright, if Grant has a Lysander, he can win the game right now. So we'll drop down to Regice. Yeah, we're going to drop down Regice, retreat. And just pass. Alright, so on to Grant's turn. What does he have? Does he have a second Lysander in his deck? And he does not. Alright, so he's going to Rainbow Force. Alright, guys, so this is the time. What do we top deck? Do we get in? If we find an in, we can be okay. On to our turn. And some Forest of Giant Plants. Alright, so right now we have to Sycamore. We have to Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. And we have a DCE. Alright, so we're going to DCE the Mew. Retreat. Go for Stardust, discarding the DCE. Okay. Alright, so you have a discarded DCE. On a Grant's turn. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, man. I hope he plays If he plays Sycamore turn, we're okay. So Skyfall coming down. Okay, don't care about that. And does he place a Volcania coming down? Don't care about that. Xerneas don't coming down. Don't care about that. And what will Grant do? That's the question here. There's a Fairy Dragon on that guy, okay. And does he play an in? No, that's not what we wanted to see. We did not want to see an in. Oh, no. Alright, so he's going to go down to 1 card, okay. So he's going to draw a... Oh, okay, so we're good. Alright, so... So retreats into Volcanion. Okay. So the first thing to note is that Grant has all 4 DCs gone, right? 3, 6, 9. Okay. So pass on to our turn. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna Ninja Boy the Gloom. Oh no, we can't do Ninja Boy. All right, so put Shaman back in the deck. Oh, that was dumb. All right, so we'll grab if he has a Lysander, he wins regardless. I think we'll grab Magearna. Put in Rainbow Energy in the active. And we will go for a Rainbow Force. Remember, he only has... Yeah, he only has, like... No, he only has Fairy Energies left. So under our opponent, so we could constantly just Rainbow Force and maybe win that way. There's a Fairy Energy. Okay. On to our turn. We get a Rainbow Energy. Okay. I think right now I'm going to end. Try to find that Lysander to bring up this Xerneas, alright? So let's see, do we find a Lysander or not? And we do not have a Lysander just yet. If we set up, we will actually be in trouble. Does he have a Rainbow Energy left or not? He has 4, 5, 6, 7. I think right now we just go for a... I think we just go for Flash right now and hope the next card we draw is a Lysander. If we go Lysander this Xerneas, we can keep using Rainbow Force every single turn to knock out all of his Pokemon. Okay, so on our turn, there's a Love Ball. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh, how many ends have we played? We have played 3 ends. Okay. If we put down Shaman, Force, we get set up for 2, go down to 5. If we found a Lightning, we can knock out this guy, go down to 4, take a knockout, take a knockout, take a knockout, knockout. So we're gonna put down Forced, and we are going to Shaman. I think that's the best play for sure. So discards a card bank, okay. And let's see, who else does he decide to discard? Probably the Umbreon. No, discards a Jirachi, okay. And we're going to Shaman for 2 cards. If we find a Lysander, I think we win. So a Shaman for 2, okay. And there's not a Lysander, okay, so we'll have to go. No, we'll go for Flash Ray. I think we still go for Flash Ray here. Taking a knockout, going down to 4 prize cards, okay. So go down to 4 and go down to 3, sorry. We get a DCE and a Water Energy. Okay. So here goes Flygon. Does he have a Fairy Energy? If he does, okay, there's an end. So we'll go down to 3. He goes down to 1. Does he find a Fairy Energy or not? Or do we find a Lysander right now? So no Lysander, unfortunately, okay? Alright. So let's see, what does Grant do here? Man, if we hit that Lysander, we pretty much win. I mean, we don't win, but we're in good. Okay, so pass on to our turn. We get a mana fee, okay. Three, 6, 9, 12, 130. So right now, I think I'm still gonna go for Flash Ray. Okay. Oh man, alright, so as soon as he hits a Fairy Energy, it's game over. Okay, so since it's already onto our turn. And there's a Lysander, so we're going to Lysander, bring in this guy, 3, 6, 9, 12, and we will take a knockout with the Rainbow Force. Okay, so there we go. We Rainbow Force for the knockout. Woo! And I have to think that's game right there. So there's a DC. Okay, don't care about that. Oh, baby. Alright, so we are looking fantastic. If he keeps his flag on the axe spot, we can knock it out automatically with a Rainbow Force. And that's going to be pretty much game. Here comes Flygon. I mean, he can send up Umbreon. He doesn't have any more DCs left. And I think we will take this game. And there we go, guys. We did it. Oh, my goodness. That was a fantastic game. I don't think it gets any closer than that. Like, 2-1. Great game by Grant. That was fantastic. But, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. That was some great match for sure. I was a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. I thought we were gonna lose game number 3, but we did it. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. We're now 4-2. If we win the next one, we actually have a chance to make cut and be in 5-2. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty, bye.
Alright guys, so I know we just finished that game with Grant, but actually made a huge misplay while talking the whole time. If you want to scroll down, you're going to notice that we actually just played round number 7. So yeah, the whole round I was talking about was round number 6, blah blah blah. We need to win the next 2. And we might have a chance into top cut. But that was actually round number 7, and I don't know why I forgot about round number 6. I guess, I don't know, regionals had me sidetracked or something. But let's scroll down and let's see, do we make top 8 or not? Alright, so we see, Kyle Warden, James Goring. Shout out to him. Let's scroll a little bit down. So 6, Carl, Tristan Dexter, and number 8 is going to be Matthew Whitted. Oh no, so if we scroll a little bit more down, you're going to keep scrolling, and we are actually the 17th seed, and we didn't even make top 16. I thought we did, and like, I even recorded the next video, like the next tournament series, and say, hey, I made top 16, but we didn't even make top 16 in this tournament. Oh my goodness, that is, I don't know, that's really bad. Oh man, went 5-2, try to climb to the top, but we did not make it. But guys, I mean, I think we're doing great so far this tournament. Like, first time we got 9th, the next round we got top 8. We got 17th, not the best, but hey, we'll take it. And I'm excited that the next series are looking fantastic right now. That's all I gotta say. But guys, hope you enjoyed this series. We did have fun, a lot of fun playing this Vileplume toolbox deck, but I think it's time to put it down. And next series is going to be expanded, so I'm excited for that. Hopefully, we get some good games. And I'm going to be playing Reikyu Electric, so I'm excited to bring that to you guys. But hopefully, you enjoyed this video. Sorry that we didn't make cuts. We will not see top 8, but top 8. If I had to take a pick, oh man, looks like James Goring actually already lost. He does have his if you have your deck next to your name, it usually means you're out of the tournament already. So James Goring was who I voted to win, but it looks like it's not going to happen. So I'll put my money on Kyle Warden, I guess. Guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this series, if you like him or not. I mean, either way, I have a lot of fun doing them, so I'm going to keep recording them for sure. But guys, have a great day. Alrighty, bye.
Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.